Alright folks, let's talk about one of nature's most underrated matchups, the spotted hyena versus the gray wolf. Now, before you picture some cartoon brawl between the laughing dog and the big bad wolf, let me tell you, this is a showdown worth watching. We're not just talking fur and fangs here. We're diving into muscle mass, bone-crushing bites, social dynamics, and real-world survival skills. Imagine this like a backyard football game between your burly, no-nonsense cousin who grew up on the rough side of town, that's the hyena, and your lean, fast, super fit buddy from track team, the wolf. One's all grit, the other's all grace, and both want the ball. As someone who spent more time around wild carnivores than I'd care to admit, including one awkward moment when a hyena decided my boots smelled like lunch, I can tell you this: never underestimate an animal that laughs in the face of danger, literally. Hyenas aren't just scavengers, they're battle-tested survivors. And wolves? Well, they're tactical, disciplined, and tougher than a rawhide chew in a blizzard. So grab your virtual safari hat, because we're diving into the wild world of size, strength, strategy, and pure animal instinct to see who comes out on top when fang meets fang. Let the wild debate begin. Intelligence showdown, the cunning hyena versus the strategic wolf. When it comes to smarts in the wild, hyenas and wolves both bring their game, but in very different ways. Hyenas might get a bad rap as scavengers, but don't let that fool you. They are incredibly clever problem solvers with brains to match their powerful jaws. Their social intelligence is off the charts. Spotted hyenas live in huge clans with complex social hierarchies, and they communicate with a variety of laughs, whoops, and growls that could put your group chat to shame. Wolves, on the other hand, are the ultimate team players. Their intelligence shines in how they strategize hunts and work together flawlessly. A wolf pack functions like a well-oiled machine, with roles clearly defined from scouts to chasers to ambushers. Wolves read the landscape, predict prey movements, and coordinate their attacks with military precision. In Yellowstone National Park, researchers have observed wolves adjusting their hunting tactics seasonally, showing impressive adaptability when chasing elk through snow versus open plains. Meanwhile, hyenas in the Serengeti have been documented using clever tactics to steal food from lions by working as a team and outsmarting their bigger competitors. Dr. Sarah Benson Amram, a cognitive ecologist, says, hyenas and wolves have evolved different types of intelligence. Hyenas excel in social smarts and problem solving, while wolves are masters of cooperative hunting strategy. So, who's the smarter animal? It depends on the challenge. If you need street smarts and social cunning, hyenas take the prize. But for teamwork and tactical brilliance, wolves rule the wild. Reproduction, the family game of hyenas versus wolves. When it comes to starting a family, hyenas and wolves each have their own fascinating strategies and some surprising twists. Hyenas are unique, especially the spotted hyena females. They're the queens of the clan, bigger and more dominant than the males, and get to call the shots when it comes to raising pups. Female hyenas have a pretty intense reproductive system. Their genitalia even look a lot like males, which makes birth a risky and challenging process. But once those little hyena cubs arrive, the mother fiercely protects them, and the whole clan pitches in to raise the young. Hyena pups grow up fast, learning social skills early by watching their complex clan interactions. Wolves, on the other hand, follow a more classic pack family approach. Usually, there's an alpha male and female who are the only breeders in the pack. They're the proud parents of a litter of pups, typically born in spring after a roughly 63-day pregnancy. Wolf pups are adorable balls of fluff, completely dependent on their parents and the entire pack for food, protection, and social education. The whole pack acts like a big family, helping to feed, play with, and teach the pups how to survive in the wild. In Yellowstone, wolf pups grow rapidly, going from helpless newborns to skilled hunters within a year thanks to the pack's teamwork and guidance. Meanwhile, spotted hyena cubs quickly learn their social roles by engaging in playfights and vocalizing with clan members. Dr. Emily Smith, a wildlife biologist, says, both hyenas and wolves invest heavily in their young, but hyenas have this fascinating matriarchal system that flips the usual gender roles, while wolves rely on strong pack cooperation to raise their future hunters. So whether it's the powerful matriarch ruling the roost or the tight-knit pack family, both hyenas and wolves prove that raising the next generation takes brains, teamwork, and a whole lot of heart. Let's kick this off with the basics: size and strength. If you were building a fantasy football team of carnivores, and you needed a linebacker, you'd want the spotted hyena. This beast is stocky, low to the ground, and built like a tank on four legs. Adult hyenas can tip the scales at around 135 to 155 pounds. That's basically the weight of an NFL cornerback, but with stronger jaws and way less chill. Now, gray wolves are no slouches, don't get me wrong. They come in around 80 to 100 pounds, sleek and agile, like the wide receiver of the animal kingdom. They've got stamina for days and can run down prey like it's their day job, which it is. But in a raw strength showdown, the hyena's bulk gives it a serious edge. Think of it like this: if the hyena is the powerlifter, the wolf is the marathon runner. One hits like a sledgehammer, the other strikes like a well-thrown dart. And if you've ever seen a hyena throw its weight around in the wild, you know it doesn't back down from a little contact. Personally, if I were facing off against one of these guys in the wild, I'd much rather try reasoning with the wolf. At least he might listen. Alright, let's talk jaws. If this were an arm wrestling match of the mouth, the spotted hyena would slam that table in seconds. These guys come equipped with one of the most powerful bite forces in the animal kingdom. We're talking a jaw pressure of up to 1,100 psi. That's not just strong, that's snap a zebra femur like a pretzel stick strong. They don't call them nature's bone crushers for nothing. Now the gray wolf, still impressive, no doubt about it. With a bite force around 400 psi, it could definitely leave a mark, especially if you're a deer on the menu. But compared to the hyena, it's like putting a sledgehammer up against a really good crowbar. Both will get the job done, but one is clearly built for brute force. Here's a fun visual. Imagine trying to bite through a bowling ball. The wolf might dent it, the hyena would chew it into gravel. Personally, I've watched hyenas in the wild munch through bones like they were cookies. It's not pretty, but it is seriously impressive. If biting power were a superpower, the hyena would be the Hulk of the savannah. Let's dive into the drama of the animal kingdom's social circles, because when it comes to teamwork and leadership, hyenas and wolves couldn't be more different. Hyenas, they run one of the wildest clubs in the savannah, and guess who's in charge? The ladies. That's right, spotted hyena society is matriarchal. The top female calls the shots, gets first dibs on dinner, and even the males step aside when she walks in, and this isn't some tiny squad. We're talking clans of up to 80 members, like a furry, chaotic, female-led biker gang that laughs in the face of danger. Literally, that iconic laugh is part of their communication system. Now on the flip side, gray wolves keep it classic and tight-knit. Their packs are usually family units led by an alpha male and alpha female, and nature's original power couple. These packs are smaller, more streamlined, and highly coordinated, kind of like a Navy SEAL team that howls together and hunts together. If I had to compare the two, wolves are the disciplined military squad, hyenas are the rowdy but effective rebel army led by a queen with attitude. Personally, I've always admired the hyena's no-nonsense matriarchy. They prove that in the wild, girl power isn't just real, it rules. Alright, let's talk hunting styles, because when it comes to chasing dinner, wolves and hyenas play very different games. Gray wolves, these guys are the marathon runners of the wild. They don't just sprint after prey, they're endurance champs, pacing themselves to wear down animals over miles and miles. Imagine a wolf pack running a grueling cross-country race, sticking together with laser focus until their dinner just can't keep up. It's all about stamina, teamwork, and patience, kind of like a perfectly executed relay race. Now, spotted hyenas, they're the ultimate survivalists with a mixed game plan. Not only are they skilled hunters who can take down prey with surprising strategy and power, but they're also savvy scavengers. If there's a fresh meal lying around, maybe leftovers from a lion's feast, you bet a hyena clan will be first in line, ready to snatch up those scraps. Think of them as the clever opportunists of the savannah, always making the most of what nature serves up. Honestly, I've got mad respect for both. Wolves show us the power of teamwork and endurance, while hyenas teach us that sometimes being flexible and opportunistic is the key to survival. It's like comparing a dedicated marathon runner to a savvy street-smart hustler, both winning in their own way. Let's talk battle scars and street cred in the wild, because hyenas aren't just scavengers, they're tough fighters with serious experience under their belts. These guys regularly go toe-to-toe with some of the fiercest predators out there, like lions. Imagine a bunch of scrappy underdogs standing their ground against a pride of roaring lions that takes guts, strategy, and a whole lot of resilience. Hyenas have mastered the art of intimidation and teamwork in these intense face-offs, showing they're not just opportunists but true survivors who can hold their own in a fight. Honestly, watching a hyena clan squaring off against lions is like watching an epic showdown in an action movie, full of raw power and clever tactics. In my opinion, this combat experience gives hyenas a serious edge. In the wild, they know how to throw down and come out on top, or at least walk away with their pride intact. Alright, here's the bottom line for all you wildlife enthusiasts out there. If a spotted hyena and a gray wolf ever found themselves face to face in a one-on-one showdown, the hyena would probably come out on top. Why? Well, it's a combo of raw power and street smarts. That insanely strong bite force enough to crush bones like their twigs, plus their bigger size and real-world battle experience give hyenas a serious advantage. Think of it like this: the hyena is the heavyweight champ, packing both muscle and fight history, while the gray wolf is more like a scrappy challenger with endurance and teamwork on its side. So yeah, while wolves are impressive hunters, in a straight-up fight, I'd put my money on the hyena every time. It's a wild world out there, and this matchup just shows how nature loves to keep things interesting. Alright, let's talk about the real question on everyone's mind: are these fierce creatures a danger to people? Spotted hyenas might look like something straight out of a horror movie with their powerful jaws and eerie laughs, but in reality, attacks on humans are pretty rare. They're usually more interested in scavenging or hunting wild animals than going after people. That said, if you get too close or threaten their territory, especially near a clan, you could be in serious trouble. These guys don't mess around when defending their home turf. Gray wolves, on the other hand, generally keep their distance from humans. They're shy and tend to avoid confrontations. Most wolf attacks on people are incredibly uncommon and often happen only if a wolf is sick or cornered. Still, it's always wise to respect these wild animals from afar. They're powerful predators, after all, and not your average backyard pet. So, while both species have the natural tools to be dangerous, human encounters are usually limited, but never underestimate their power if you cross paths in the wild. Alright, let's get real about the pet question. Should you invite a spotted hyena or a gray wolf into your living room? The short answer: absolutely not. Spotted hyenas might look kinda cool with their unique laughs and impressive strength, but they are wild, powerful animals with complex social lives and instincts. They're built for survival in the wild, not cuddles on your couch. Trying to keep one as a pet would be like inviting a mini tank into your home: unpredictable, demanding, and definitely not safe. Gray wolves, as majestic as they are equally unsuitable as pets. They have wild instincts, need tons of space, and thrive in packs with clear social structures. A wolf is not a big dog, they require expert care, and even then, they are not domesticated companions. Plus, in many places, owning a wolf or a hybrid is illegal for good reason. Their wild nature just doesn't fit into suburban life. If you want a pet, stick to dogs, the loyal, loving descendants of wolves who have adapted to live with humans over thousands of years. Leave the wild ones to roam free where they belong. Hey animal lovers, if you're enjoying this wild ride comparing these incredible creatures, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Thoughts or questions about hyenas, wolves, or any other awesome animals? Drop your comments below. I love hearing your take and sharing the fun facts. Plus, let me know what animal matchup you want me to break down next. Join the pack, and let's explore the wild world together. Spotted hyena vs. gray wolf, ultimate showdown of strength, bite force, and survival skills.